How often do you guys watch things on TV? You're watching these hunting shows. They show you these deer lined up, 15, 20 of them, all out in a cornfield. 5 or 6 rack bucks. You're looking down what they call a sendero. It's a dirt road in my opinion. And all the deer have their heads down. They're eating corn. Somebody drove down there and probably poured it on that road. I don't know what it's like where you hunt, but I never find places like this. I know if you go out west, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, there's not as many people per square mile out there. 90% of the deer out there, they almost see no hunting pressure at all, especially during bow season. Some of the places may never even get hunted through the whole entire season. Those deer, you see beautiful rack bucks like these, they walk around in the daytime, hours after dark, hours before dark. Most of the places that I hunt, it's New England, probably within a 3-hour drive of Boston, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, New York. Those places get a real lot of hunting pressure. Some people have a lot of, private land, which makes it a little bit nicer, but even still, those places still, they get a lot of hunting pressure too. In my video, the things that you get to watch, we show you the places that we get to hunt. Anybody could get on these pieces of land. If you guys went out west and seen what it was like out there, I've been out there a few times. The first time I went out there, we were there a day before we could actually hunt. We drove the roads just before dark. The very first day we went, just scouting from the road, I seen 10 rack bucks from the road, bigger than any rack buck I had ever seen in all the years I had been deer hunting. At that time it was probably close to 15 or 18 years. Another time, about 7 years later, we went back there again. We had torrential downpours. Again, we didn't hunt that evening stand just because it was pouring out. We drove the roads again. In about an hour and 15 minutes, we seen 8 rack bucks, huge rack bucks, 8 and 10 pointers. Where we come from, this just never happens. A deer that steps out into a field like that, it may be chasing a doe, but it's so rare, it's pathetic. Most of the deer that we shoot, the rack bucks that we do get, we see them a couple times before we kill them. But most of the time, they come in so close to dark, we can't even tell if they have horns. A lot of the deer I shoot, I see them 2 or 3 times. Actually, I don't see them. I hear them coming to my tree. 50% of the time when I see deer, I hear them coming. But by the time they get to my tree, it's either too dark for them to see if they have horns or not, or it's so dark I can hear them walk by. We never let deer know we're there. A lot of times they follow me right to my tree, circle my tree. They go back and forth over the scent trails that I leave. Sometimes we're in the trees for an hour after dark. And the tricks I teach you in my first video, these deer, some of them have come into my tree stands 4 times before I get them. The first 3 times, I don't even see them. But if you look at the tracks and you see you've got a huge 200-pound deer making tracks in the mud underneath your tree stand, you can bet it probably has an 8 points or better. This next collection of clips is a bunch of deer that Keith and I have shot. They're all racked bucks. I consider a rack buck anything that has 4 points on one side. A lot of these deer we tried to get on video, but a lot of times the deer we're hunting, they're so nocturnal. We shoot them so close to legal shooting hours that if you turn the camera on, you won't see anything. Some of the deer I've actually had come by my tree stand 4 times, but never with enough daylight to actually turn the camera on and see the deer in the camera. All these pieces of land that we're on, it's basically state land or land that's not posted, land that anybody could have just walked on and shot any one of these deer. They're all bow kills. There's no gun kills at all. A lot of them are during shotgun season, rifle season, or muzzleloader season. Me and Keith hunt any place we can without having to pay anybody. But we do knock on a lot of doors trying to get permission in places too. In my first video, you learn a lot of tricks that we teach you about how we are so successful. I've shot my 186 whitetail in New England with a bow and arrow. In all these clips, a deer from New England. All of them. You can watch this next. They're all clips. There's Keith right over there. Just shot a huge rack buck. drag this puppy out of here. This is New Hampshire. This may even be the 8-pointer I had on video from last week. I'm not sure though, it's a little bit wider. I'll look at the video a little bit later. Okay, go.
Nice New Hampshire rack buck. Shot November 16th, 2008 during the shotgun season. Shot it with a bow and arrow. And we're about to get him out.
New Hampshire, baby. No matter where we hunt, we shoot the big ones. I know I'm having fun when the back of the truck looks like that. We figure he's about 200 pounds. We weighed him in the garage. He was 255 live weight. We didn't think we were going to find him, but we ended up finding him. This deer came by me. That deer there is the 10th rack buck that's come within 30 yards of my tree. My buddy Keith just shot that one. I think it's an 8-pointer. Late season. This is what it looks like where we are. There he is, guys. 7-pointer, 8-pointer. One of them's right, not quite an inch. But I think he's about 140, 150 pounds. What's that? 99?
This is my 99th deer. It's a 7-pointer. It's December 15th, muzzleloader season. Got him with a bow and arrow this morning. Grabbed my antlers. 15-20 minutes later, this guy walked by my tree stand at 20 yards. Made a good shot on him. I got him.
Tell him about yesterday evening with the spike horn. Another good day hunting. That's that deer you just seen last. I pushed the teeth. He's got this on teeth running by him. He shoots it running as it goes by him. That's the doe I shot this morning. Have a good weekend.
2 mass deer. Freezing cold day. Good hunting.
That's it.
This guy right here. Beautiful 7-point buck. Made a good shot on him. Found him about 150 yards later down the hill. Ran right out towards the road so we could have an easy drag of it. But what a beautiful morning. Fantastic.
Yeah, look at that one. He just shot that buck in Massachusetts. We figure he's between 180, 200 pounds. He's a monster.
Number 7 for the year.
Yep.
Number 99 for my bow kills.
What's today's date?
October 23rd. Shot my 99th buck with a bow, a 99th deer. Looking for 100 tomorrow.
Yeah. Well,
according to this scale.
Spin him towards me. Here's the monster Keith just shot. Field just 182 pounds on this scale. What a beauty. Looks like he's going to have a big taxidermy bill this year. It's only October 23rd.
Number 99. Nice rack buck from Massachusetts. Just shot him with the bow. And a good shot on him. Only ran about 50 yards. Stopped him. Fell down. Beauty.
7-pointer. I knew he was a shooter as soon as I seen those 2 points sticking up. Yeah. Figure it's about 140 pounds, maybe a little more. Time to cut this baby out. There he is. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen that this morning. This deer went probably about 80 yards after the shot. Looks like he weighs about, I don't know, probably 180. Okay.
Hey, I think you're gonna have to put that camera down. Give me a hand with this one.
Okay, I'll give you a hand. Anyways, looks like it's about 110, 115 pounds. Made my day. The biggest brown county I ever shot on a deer. Just a little 7-pointer with a beautiful brow tine. Wish the rest of his rack matched that brow tine, boy. Oh, 200 yards. Look at that shot. Zoom in right there, Sarah. I don't know why we lost blood. It wasn't bleeding that good. Must have hit the shoulder on the other side. I thought it was low, but actually it was...
Second to the last day of archery season in New Hampshire, December 14th. Just shot this rack buck, the half rack. I thought it was just a half, but he's got a little, I don't know, about a 10, 11 inch beam on this side with 4 points on it. It's an 8-pointer. And I saw this one earlier in the year in the archery season. And happened to get him on the second to last day. He walked out just before dark and I shot him and he dropped right there. And, he's only got one eye from fighting. He's got a ripped ear. And decent New Hampshire buck.
What do you think it weighs, Keith?
Yeah, probably 150, 160 pounds or so. He's definitely skin and bones. He's real thin from the rut. Probably from fighting and no eye. And this is my 4th deer in New Hampshire this year, all with a bow and arrow. And it's my 90th deer with a bow and arrow. Second rack buck. I shot a nice sized doe early season. I shot a 4-pointer in the bow season. Oh, actually that was the muzzleloader season I shot the 4-pointer in. And then I shot a 7-pointer, which had a broken brow tine, would have been an 8. That was in the shotgun season. And this is the late archery season, so I've actually shot a deer in all 4 seasons this year in New Hampshire. So, decent buck for the second to the last day, where I probably would have shot a doe today, but nice buck, New Hampshire deer.
Cool.
It's a beauty.